So this is a continuation of the picture slideshow tutorial. So let's continue from where we left off last. What you are going to do next is to create a background for this. So let's right click in new, then solid layer. Okay. All right. Let me come to the starting point. Now let's apply an effect called ramp. Okay. Or gradient ramp. Double click. Let me make it radar. Then swap the colors. Okay. All right. Then let me move this one up. Then move this one in a bit so that we have something like this. So now let me choose a color closer to this. Then the inner one, let me choose something like this. Now let me go a brighter color. Let me see this one. Let me also go a brighter color there. This is okay. Okay. Okay, so you have something like this. Okay. All right. So now let's bring in the magnifying glass. All right. Let me go to our project window, import file, then glass, a magnifying glass, then drop it into our composition. Okay. So once you drop the magnifying glass into the composition, you come and select the anchor point tool or the pan behind tool. Then move the anchor points of the glass or the magnifying glass to the end of the stick. Okay. Then you scale it up. You scale it. Okay. Now move the glass to the corner. Then scale it again so that it will cover the entire page. All right. So now what you are going to do is when the image comes in, the magnifying glass will come and pass on the surface. Okay, will come and pass on the surface, then zoom in into the image, then goes away. When the next image comes in, the same thing. Okay, so let's use rotation to animate. So first, let the glass disappear from the stage. Let's go to the bottom. All right, we set a key there on rotation. Okay, and move the timeline. So once this one comes in, we come first. Let me stand here first, right? So that it comes like this. Then it will be going gradually, just like the picture is also moving gradually. It will also be moving gradually before disappearing. Okay, so it will also be going gradually like this before it disappears. Then from here, then it goes away. Okay, so you have something like this. Okay, so now once it goes away, the next picture is also coming. Okay, now let's set an end key there, then move the timeline, then bring the image back, then bring the glass back. Okay, somewhere here. Then when it reaches a certain point here, this one is going, it will be going up. So let's reach somewhere here before it starts to go. Then it will disappear again. Okay, so from here to go, let me see, from here, let me move this timeline forward a bit, backwards a bit. Okay, so we have this. Now let's go forward. So from here it disappears. Let me set an ending key. Then the next image comes in. Then the magnifying glass comes back again. Okay, comes back. Then it will be moving slowly, then end somewhere here. Okay, then it will disappear. Okay, now let me set an ending key for this one. Then move the timeline forward. Then it will come back again. Okay, then move the timeline forward again. Once it comes in, it will be going down gradually. Okay, then once it reaches here, it goes away, just like that. Okay, okay, all right. Now, after doing that, the next thing to do is to bring in an adjustment layer. Okay, but first, before that, let's play our... Okay, now let's see how our animation is looking so far. Okay, it comes in, the first image comes in, the magnified glass passes through it slowly. The second image comes in, it comes back and passes through it slowly. Then the third image also comes in. Like always, the magnified glass comes back again, slowly passing through. All right, it's looking nice so far. All right, okay, so this is the fourth image, which is the last one. Okay, so now I'm satisfied with what I have here. All right, so what I will do next is what? Let me replace the images here. All right, so at this point, I'm just swapping the images. So now I'll replace all the image. All right, so now the next thing to do is what? To bring in an adjustments layer. So let's right click in new, then adjustments layer. Okay, let's place it under the glass. Okay, so now after applying our adjustment layer, we are going to apply an effect called bulged. Okay, bulged. But before that, when you apply the adjustment layer, you use the ellipse tool to cut the adjustment layer so that it will stay within the magnifier glass. Okay, all right. So with the adjustment layer cut with the ellipse tool, we just have to position the mask path within it inside the magnifier glass. Okay, so we have something like this. Okay, all right. So now we can apply our effect called the bulged deformer. So double click, then type 680 by 680, right? So you have something like this. So after applying the bulge, what you have to do is what? To link the adjustment layer to the glass. Okay, so you come to the pick whip here, then click it, then map it to the glass. Okay, so in this case, wherever the glass goes, the adjustment layer will follow. So all that you have to do is just to animate the bulge eye to follow the magnified glass. So where we are now that we have set the bulge eye, let's hit E to bring the effects, the bulge effects, then bulge center, we set a key there. Then move the timeline backwards. You see that once we move the timeline backwards, the adjustments layer also follows the magnified glass. You see that? You see where the mask path is following. It's only the bulge eye that is left there. So we have to come to the bulge eye center, then move it and position it also in the middle of the magnifying glass. Just like that. We move it again. So we will just continue moving the timeline and be moving the adjustment layer to the bulge eye too. Okay. All right. So let's continue doing it. Let's continue doing it. We have what we want. Okay. Now let's come forward. All right. Let's move the bulge eye and position it in the middle of the magnifying glass. All right. Let's move it along. So let me just rush through this and then later on till we get to the end. Okay, let me just rush through this. All right. So now that you are done with the bulge eye animation, okay, now that we are done with the bulge eye animation following the glass, the magnifying glass, let's see what we have now. On our picture slideshow, let's play it and see. The image comes in, the bulge deformer comes and passes through it nicely. Comes in, comes back. Okay. Okay. Nicely. So after this, I think we are done with our picture slideshow. As simple as that. Okay. If you want to add words, you can maybe come to the end here, then type maybe happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. You can decide to add the name of the person, but in this case, I'm just going to write a random thing. All right. Okay, let me see whether I'll find a better font for. Okay. All right, this is the best font. This one do. Then let's color it red. Okay. So coloring it red. Let's go and apply effect called bevel alpha. Bevel alpha. Let's double click on it and increase the thickness. So you have something like this. All right. Let me scale it down a bit. That's all. So I'll just place it under the adjustment layer. So let me take this one from here. Let me cut it and send it to the 4, transition 4, and paste it here. Okay, make it 3D. Make it 3D. Then link it to the control. Then let me see the end there. While this thing is going down, I think it should showing. Let's position it. All right. So we have this. So now we are done with our picture slideshow. All right. So this comes to the end of our picture slideshow tutorial. Maybe next time you do another style, maybe a series of it, because there are several ways of doing this thing. I just showed a simple way for the beginners, those who are new learners of After Effects or who just started learning After Effects, that you can just build a whole picture template slideshow without needing much effects. Okay. All right.